when I asked to do my personal narrative, the first person I thought of was a friend of mine. Her name is Jerry. I met her probably 6 or 7 years ago. We both worked in the 911 industry. She was a director of a dispatch center in Van Buren County, Michigan, and I was a supervisor in a center in Metro Detroit. I had been a training officer for my department for several years, but I was looking to branch out and start training on a bigger level. So I took a course in public speaking and how to present to larger audiences than just dealing with one-on-one training like I'd been used to. And after taking that course, the company that I took the course from was willing to hire me as a part-time instructor. So for the first time that I was ever going to train for this company, the company owners paired me with Jerry, and up to that point we had met each other. So we traveled to Charlotte, which is just outside of Lansing, and we were going to teach a course the next day. And Jerry was traveling from one end of the state, I was traveling from the other, so we were going to spend the night before. And we took a chance and decided to share a hotel room. We never met each other, but in the spirit of 911 sisterhood, we decided to stay together. So over the course of that night, we got to know each other. We went out and had dinner, and then came back to our room, and she told me about herself, about her job, about her family, and I told her about mine. And one of the things that really got me about her was just her down-home folksiness. And she, while we were sitting there talking, she was crocheting. And she told me that she crocheted because she had quit smoking, and that's the habit she took up in place of it. And she said that she crocheted these dishcloths, which she was working on one that night, which she ended up giving to me, which I treasured that thing, used it until it ended up falling apart. So over the course of that night, we got to know each other better and became bunkies. Over the course of the next couple of days, we taught this course, and since she had more experience, she took the lead, but she also encouraged me to not just observe, but to learn by doing. So I was incredibly nervous, but she took me under her wing, and we made it through the course, and to rave reviews, actually. So we taught some more courses together, and as I become more involved in the statewide 911 community, she was always looking out for me. She'd send me emails, she would call me, and always had words of encouragement. So attending a association function, Jerry told me that she had been diagnosed with lung cancer. She said that she was going to seek treatment and that she was going to aggressively fight it. And she continued to fight it. Treatment after treatment, radiation, chemo, the whole 9 yards. All the while, she was still reaching out to others, encouraging them. She went into remission, and then she had some more setbacks, but she was on the job constantly. And when I decided to retire from my position at my department and decided to start my own training company, I was going to branch out, I was going to develop courses, I was going to go teach 911 dispatchers. She continued to email me, call me, she sent me mission statements and goals, and kept encouraging me throughout the whole thing. All the while battling her own battles. She continually thought of others. Unfortunately, in November of 2017, she passed away after her brilliant battle with cancer. So I think of Jerry often, and I admire her personally. I admire her professionally. Uh, she was a wonderful woman to know. And so instead of the typical, when you think of WWJD, I often think about, what would Jerry do? I miss her. She was a great inspiration, not only to me, but to dozens, if not hundreds of people. I miss you, Jerry, and thanks for being my inspiration.